Today we are going to be giving some life to my hair. We're going for a beautiful vintage, big, dark, old-timely curl. We're talking 1840s, so 200 years ago. We're going from this trends come and they go, and then they come back around again. And I've noticed in the current day that lots of Y2K style has come back. So 20 years resurfaced, and to add more weight to that conversation, 10 years ago we were adopting lots of 90s influence into our style. Again, another 20-year loop of 20 years of difference. I'm gonna shoot for 200 years difference. Rag curls being all the hype in the 1840s. I find rag curls stunning. Done right, gorgeous. It's a kind of curl that you can't pull off with a curler. I'm aiming to steer clear of any ramen noodle looking outcomes. Anything too sheep's wool looking. Rag curls do give a tight sheep's wool curl. I think the length of my hair will allow me to get away with that. I've got a lot of hair to work with. I'm aiming for volume. I just want some life back into my hair. By life, I mean I want to look like mid-winter. That point of nature where everything turns inwards. The days are short, the nights are ice. I want to embody the remaining winter here in Aotearoa. We have just celebrated Matariki, our Māori New Year. Days are now getting longer and longer and longer since we've had our shortest day. But I want to have my look be darker. Dark in a way that still says, I'm motherly, you are safe here, but you can't rattle my trust. I'm going to be dyeing my hair today for the first time in 2 years. I'm really surprised that it's been so long. I haven't touched my hair in 2 years. No dyes, no cuts, and I'm notorious for hair dyeing. Let me rapid fire some pics of who I used to be, alright? Ready, go. We've hit this point of my hair feeling like a mop. It's just there. She exists, but there's no thrive to be seen. It's become this mane with zero effort put into it. Hair, in my personal experience, has had this point where it gets so long that you don't even have to do anything with it anymore. Because whatever you do, sleep, live, tie it up, have it down, it just looks long, which maybe 8 times out of 10 translates to long hair equals nice. Long hair equals nice. I've had the comment, wow, your hair is so beautiful, it's so long, when it's 2 months deep, no brush, no nothing. I barely ever brush my hair. Convinced I don't have to at this point. It just knows it's not going to be getting that kind of treatment. So it finds ways to survive being starved of that luxury. I've been getting away with doing nothing with my hair for too long, and it stops here. After the dye is washed out, it's dried fully, I'll be cutting my hair. I sent my darling on a mission to pick me up some cutting shears for this event.
Into the thick of it, hanging out in the warehouse, where everybody gets a bargain except the planet. Looking for scissors, many distractions, not many scissors. I think we're getting closer. Closer. A lot of manscaping stuff. It's all electric these days though. I need analog. And then all the way at the very end, scissors. Woohoo! But yeah, scissors. Mission complete. Returning to base.
No scissors around here are going anywhere near my head. My craft scissors are constantly coated in tape and glue residue. The other scissors that I have are strictly for gardening. They go snip snip of all the lavender, but not all the lavender because save some for the bees. We have our box dyes. This one has been under my sink since the last time I dyed my hair. I dyed the blonde tips out of my hair and didn't need the extra box. So I hope this is still good. I got my partner to pick this one up last week. It has been so long since I've been in this predicament. Thank goodness I still feel as capable as ever. No hesitation around here. So I'm gonna go and tie up the top of my hair, section it so it's ready for the dye. I've got my old t-shirt ready, which I don't mind if this gets some dye on it. This top has seen much worse and still lives to tell the tale. We still love it. We love Jim Morrison. So I decided I'm going to do this one on the bottom just in case because it's old. I don't know if it doesn't work as well. I have my hair sectioned. So I've been dyeing my hair since I was 6. My mum gave me a washout red because I kept rubbing lipstick into my hair to change the color. My young logic back then in the days of hairspray and gel was like it changes the color and it slicks it back in one easy sweep. Score! I took a bath where it had washed out and tinted the entire tub red. My mum was fuming, so she brought me a washout red hair dye. So I've just put this into the bottle, getting it a good shake. It's come with gloves, thank goodness, because I don't have any. I didn't think about that. My mum was super chill my entire life when it came to dyeing my hair. It became a real bonding thing for us when I hit intermediate. I started getting blonde streaks, just for every 3 to 6 months, and that continued for like 3 years. I had so many at one point that I looked blonde with brunette streaks rather than being a brunette and having blonde. And then me, back to my old lipstick tricks with my blonde streaks, only this time I would get various colors of felt pen, highlighters, and I would run it through the blonde in my hair. Besides it running off onto my neck, clothes, face, and praying it didn't rain, it was super effective. Flash forward to me breaking out of that era with a dark red look, which then became the bane of my existence when I tried to go back blonde. Hence all the orange and yellow toned colours. So I then got my hair to the most perfect silver that I strived for. So I'm 15 years old, and at that point my hair was so fried that I had to dye my hair back brown less than a week after achieving the silver blonde hair. There was no way I was upholding the incoming maintenance for those roots. No sir. My hair was straw. I remember it wouldn't dry properly after a shower. It was so busted. I forgot how strong this stuff smells. For my 17th birthday, I asked my mum if I could go to a salon to have my hair professionally bleached. I've always just box dyed, box bleached at that point, which is awful. Oh my goodness. Save your money and either buy the professional shit or just go to a professional to do it for you with the extra money. Cheap, low volume box bleachers are not for us dark haired citizens. They are for already fair toned hair looking to be slightly altered, lighter, further. Whether your hair is natural or already dyed plays a huge role in how your end result will arise. Me with my dark red hair, bless her heart, there was no way I was going to be blonde on an easy ride. My hair right now is entirely natural, all the way down to I'd say 80%, which these ends are getting a chop anyway. So I have no worries about patchy fade due to previous dye. The only patches that could happen are if I don't apply evenly myself, so that's on me. Under my ends, if anything was to remain, is just 2 rounds of 1 brown and 1 black hair dye over top of what used to be my blonde. I once impulsively bleached my hair within that turbulent time of consistently bouncing between colors. Right then I thought I'd been doing well, allowing my hair to take a break. It was starting to finally show length. It had been a while since I had fucked with anything. This was back in 2017. I had helped my friends on the set of their music video, and as a generous payment, my friend brought me an innocent bottle of wine. I drank it all and decided in that state that I wanted to be blonde. So I bought some bleach and did my hair well tiddly. I fell asleep with the bleach in my hair and woke up with a towel on my head the next day. The bleach at least did take to my hair better than it ever had done because it was working with so much natural hair. But far out, the shower I had to wash out that bleach and how much hair was coming out in chunks. Oh heck, I knew I'd fucked up. I ended up with really short sections at the front. I all round had a severe layers look about me. I was able to make it work. A few months went by, it grew out more and more. It was looking better and better, but damn, I was pissed. I thought I was done with bleaching my hair at that point. I'd already learnt my lesson, I thought. I now have a blonde wig, which I got for whenever I'm craving me blonde. I just wear that thing for a couple of hours. It does the trick, I've found. I'm all for switching up your look with wigs. I'd love some more, they're just so effing expensive. So I'm going to take down the top. And if you didn't know this, when you unscrew the cap, this has a little pointer in it, and that is what you pop into there to get this open. You see that? It's very cool. I was a few years deep into dyeing my hair before I learned that. If you didn't, you probably already know. You probably already know that. Good for you, but I didn't know that. All the hair is covered. I'm gonna leave this in for 40 minutes. I'm going to leave this in, take a shower, I'm gonna dry, I'm gonna cut my hair, I'm gonna do rag curls. I will see when it is dry and ready for a cut. Atsumarie. So it's the next morning. After I jumped out the shower, it was getting a little bit late in the night, so I decided to wait until morning and then get into the cutting. I'm so happy with it. I can't see any patches that I missed, which is amazing. So I'm going to brush out my hair. I'm going to lightly wet it and brush it down because I don't want to be putting a hot iron to my hair right now. My hair today feels smooth from the conditioner, but I'm not convinced that that feeling is going to be hanging around for very long. So I have my water, see that? Alright, so I'm going to go in and chop the split ends. Basically, my technique is pull it down, line it up, snip it off. I want to keep my length and I want more of a structure around my face. So I'll see you when the time comes to rag curl. I'll show you how to do one and then the grand reveal of my final hair transformation. So we have our rag curl, we're leaving a bit up the top so that once we've spiraled our hair all the way down and then we wrap the rag curl all the way up, it's then going to tie nicely at the top. But if your hair is very long like mine, just take 2 lengths of rag and tie them together. It will work just as well. So for the sake of me being prepared for that, I'm just going to cut another one. That is so satisfying. Tie them together. Alright, now I definitely have enough for my hair. I think from memory when I used to do this when I was younger, a good way to tell is if it matches the length of your hair twice. So if it goes all the way down your hair and then can come all the way back up, you'll be fine. So we're leaving a little bit at the top so that we can tie it at the top. We'll do this big section right here at the front. We'll balance it on the top. Hold it in place. Get that first wrap. There. Now actually this is a really good part to point out. I've just wrapped this from the back to the front, which I actually don't want to do because when I think about how I want my curls, I want them up and out. So the direction of this is going over and in, and I want it to go up and out. So we're going to adjust that operation, just that. So it's going to come on this side, push back, and now take a look at how your first wrap is going to go, because if it gets pulled down and you start curling hair, you're not going to get any volume at the root. That decision is up to you if you want kind of a down and then curling motion, but I want mine up and out, so I'm going to just check that. You just keep wrapping it around. So I'm wrapping this around, it's very close to the previous wrap. If you want more of a looser curl, I'll show you if I let some of this go. Just put some space between your hair so that it looks like this. So this hopefully is how I am going to avoid any incredibly dense curl, which I mean, that's what you want with a rag curl anyway, but I just want to manage that situation. We've reached the bottom of the hair. How do we secure it? This is where this comes into play. This is a good example of why a clip might be handy. We take this, we make our way up. Once you've wrapped this round a couple of times, you'll be good to let the bottom go. Now this can get a bit tedious if you let it go and it all unravels. It happens, don't worry about it, just try again. And then we work our way up. You'll see here where we tied the rag curls together, how it doesn't get in the way of the purpose of the wraparound. Because all this is doing is holding everything in nice and tight. I like to push down and give it some shape because this here can start to curl up like this. You just want to push and mold that into shape. Right, we're nearly there. I'm personally pushing this part up so that I get some nice volume once the curl gets released. This is a really good way for you to feel confident in knowing that you have the final control over the outcome of the curls. If this is your first time doing rag curls, then I do encourage you to just wing it, get the general idea and see how you like the curls when they come out. Sometimes, if you're not careful, sometimes they can come out having a mind of their own, but you just practice and you know what works for you. And then you can go about your rag curls exactly how you'd like them. We're right at the top. So I can already predict with this one, because of the weight of it, it will probably push down any kind of volume that I wanted to emphasize with pushing this part up. But that's okay, I'm not going to redo this. I'm just going to keep going and aim for pushing up this back part here as much as possible, so that when I take it out, I have my front section styled, the back will be voluminous, and then the front can just be however it decides to be. I will see you when I have my full head of rag curls. So this is what it looks like. I have 2, 4, 6, and then a 7th, and even 2 further spiral them around like this. So just update you on what I have done. I've placed this clip up here to allow this here to stay raised. I've pushed this side. I'm focused on keeping this side pushed back because I noticed that not a lot of the curl is down the middle of the back of my head, which may end up looking quite funny. And then I have another one of these clips at the back, pushing some of the hair up so that it's not flapped at the back. Thank you so much for watching my transformation and holding my hand every step of the way. I was really in need of this. Thank you for allowing me the space to try a more sit down video, opening up and letting me find my footing in the process, since it's not my typical video form. I really loved the outcome of this look. I'm really happy to have been able to share it with you. As always, thank you so much for being here, watching, supporting the channel. Love ya. Subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next one. Ka kite!